Bombs rain down, turning the bombers into fireballs. The shockwaves ripping through the tropical air. In his headquarters, General Douglas MacArthur watches, a pipe clenched between his teeth, his face a mask of grim fury. They caught us flat-footed again. He mutters. The sting of underestimation burns deep. This isn't just another attack. It's the opening move in Admiral Yamamoto's grand, terrifying design. Hong Kong falls in a matter of days. The British garrison is overwhelmed, the streets filled with the crack of rifles and the cries of fleeing civilians. By Christmas, even the tiny coral atoll of Wake Island is under siege. U.S. Marines fight back heroically, sinking a Japanese destroyer with their coastal guns. A defiant roar against the inevitable. But Yamamoto simply sends more ships, more planes. The carriers soar you and hear you dispatch dive bombers that pound the island into submission. The defenders, out of ammo and out of hope, are forced to surrender. From his flagship, the mighty battleship Nagato, Yamamoto orchestrates this symphony of conquest with the precision of a master strategist. The Japanese war machine is starving for oil, and the Dutch East Indies are the prize. Admiral Koga's fleet steams south, clashing with Allied cruisers in the Java Sea. Japanese torpedoes slice through the water, sending ships like the HMS Exeter to their graves. Next comes Singapore, the so-called Gibraltar of the East. On February 15, 1942, the unthinkable happens. Back in the Philippines, the situation is desperate. MacArthur is ordered to evacuate. Under the cover of darkness, a PT boat spirits him away from the doomed fortress of Corregidor. As Japanese artillery thunders in the distance, he makes a solemn vow to the men he leaves behind. I shall return. But for the 76,000 American and Filipino troops left to face the enemy, a new nightmare is about to begin. The Bataan Death March, a grueling 65-mile trek under a scorching sun with no water, no food, and the constant, brutal prodding of Japanese bayonets. The weak who fall are left to die. The Japanese rampage continues. Burma, Guam, the Solomon Islands all fall like dominoes. Vice Admiral Nagumo's powerful carrier force, the Kido Butai, sails into the Indian Ocean. They sink the British carrier Hermes off the coast of Ceylon, her decks engulfed in flames. The port of Darwin in Australia is bombed into a smoking ruin. For a few terrifying months, it seems nothing can stop the rising sun. Yamamoto's prediction is coming true. Vital resources, rubber, tin, and especially oil are now flowing back to Japan, fueling the empire's insatiable hunger for conquest. But in the halls of power in Washington, a sleeping giant is stirring. A new sense of grim resolve takes hold. Admiral Ernest King, the gruff, demanding new head of the U.S. Navy, pounds his desk and demands action. And he gets it. On April 18, 1942, something incredible happens. 16 B-25 bombers, led by the audacious Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle, take off from the deck of the carrier USS Hornet. Their target, Tokyo itself. The planes fly low over the city, dropping bombs that spark fires across the wooden districts. The physical damage is minimal, but the psychological blow is immense. For the first time, the war has been brought home to Japan. The sacred soil of the homeland is no longer untouchable. On his flagship, Yamamoto feels a chill. This raid changes everything. It's a sign that America is not broken. It's fighting back. Spooked by the raid, the Japanese High Command feels the urgent need to extend their defensive perimeter. This leads to Operation Mo, a plan to seize Port Moresby in New Guinea and directly threaten Australia. But American intelligence has a secret weapon. Codebreakers at Station HYPO in Hawaii have cracked the Japanese naval code, JN-5. They know what's coming. Admiral Chester Nimitz, the new Pacific Fleet commander, decides to set a trap. In early May 1942, in the Coral Sea, history is made. The U.S. carriers Lexington and Yorktown face off against the Japanese carriers Shokaku and Zuikaku. It's the first naval battle ever fought where the opposing ships never see each other. It's a battle of airplanes. Dive bombers and torpedo planes duel in the tropical skies. The Americans lose the mighty carrier Lexington in a massive explosion, a devastating blow. But the Japanese lose a light carrier and, crucially, two of their best fleet carriers are damaged so badly they'll be out of action for months. Port Moresby is saved. Yamamoto dismisses the Coral Sea as a minor setback. He is already planning his masterstroke, the decisive battle he believes will annihilate the U.S. Pacific Fleet once and for all. The target, a tiny atoll called Midway, he plans to use it as bait, luring the remaining American carriers into a massive ambush. 4 of Japan's most powerful carriers, Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, and here you will lead the attack, supported by the largest fleet of battleships ever assembled. We will crush them, his admirals assure him. The giant he poked has truly awakened. The initial, dizzying rampage is slowing. Whispers of doubt are beginning to surface. What if 6 months wasn't enough? The answer to that question lies waiting in the vast blue expanse of the Pacific, where the fate of the world now hangs on the wings of a handful of dive bombers. Thanks for watching. If you found this chapter of history as compelling as we do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the pivotal moments that shaped our world. See you next time.